This conference will now be recorded.
Welcome to the Lightning Web Component class. Before we go ahead with the Lightning Web Component, which is also called as LWC, right? In a short form, we call them as LWC, Lightning Web Components. As I told you, before we move forward, let's talk about this course. What is this course is? What is the duration? What is the prerequisite? Is it that I'm the right person to join this course or not? How much time will it take? And what is that I'm going to learn here, right? What I'm going to learn here and how this learning will be useful for my career. Will there is a job? Is it that we have to learn LWC mandate? I've already learned Lightning. Is it that I have to join LWC, right? I already paid the Lightning fee. Why should I pay LWC fee? Why should I join, right? What is the advantage? If I don't learn, what is the disadvantage, right? All these we will discuss first on today's session before we start the LWC, right? Before we start the LWC. So the first question, what is LWC? Lightning Web Component. So LWC is a open framework. It's a open framework. LWC is a open framework. It is based on Java DOM framework. The way in the Lightning we have been using Aura framework, Aura technology. Everywhere it's Aura component, Aura application, Aura event, Aura token, right? Everywhere I was using Aura, 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 completely Aura. All the commands that we have been writing inside the Aura, which is right. That's also an open source, but it's a proprietary open source. A company owns it, even though they are giving it for free, right? But LWC is completely purely open source. It doesn't depend on any company proprietary open source. That means whatever the technology that we'll be using is DOM, HTML. Whatever the technology we'll be using is DOM, HTML, and JavaScript. Complete open source. No Aura programming here. No Aura programming. In single word, whatever you have learned in Lightning, here it'll be completely different program, complete different way of writing the program, completely different place to write a program, completely different bundle. It's not like component bundle that you have 8 elements, 7 elements in a component bundle. Here it's no, the bundle itself is different. It's a new technology that you'll be learning. So what is LWC? LWC is, right, it's a technology which is based on open source DOM and Java framework. Open source DOM and JavaScript framework. ECMA framework. In single word, this is based on ECMA framework. What is ECMA framework? We will see later as we go inside. Right? Tomorrow's class, I'll talk about it. In single word, it is a open source framework. Salesforce is pushing LWC. Compared to your Lightning, the future of Salesforce is LWC. For the next 2 years, Lightning would be there. But after 2 years, there'll be no Lightning and everything would be on LWC, Lightning Web Component. Because it's an open source, Salesforce can control it completely end to end. Whereas if it's a Lightning, it's an Aura based. Salesforce cannot control end to end because this is an Aura technology, Aura framework. Salesforce doesn't have a hold, even though it's an open source, but it's a proprietary open source. It belongs to some company, Aura technology. They have built it. They are giving it for free, right? Android operating system. Who built it? Google. Is it paid? It's a free. Linux operating system. Linux. Who built it? Red Hat is the company name. Is it paid? No, it's a free. You can download Linux operating system. Similarly, Aura, who built it? It's Aura technology. They build it. Is it free? Yes. As of today, it's free. Are you sure that tomorrow Linux will not be charged? Nobody knows, right? Gmail, free. Yes. WhatsApp, free. Do we have a complete control? No. Today it's free. Yesterday it was free. But after 5 years, whether it will be free or not, I don't know. Nobody can give you a guarantee, right? Facebook, WhatsApp, today it's all free, free, free. You're not even paying a single money. On WhatsApp, if you're building any other thing, today it's fine, but perfect. But nobody knows future. Tomorrow, if Facebook change their mind and they start charging you 1 rupee per month, I believe that everyone will start paying because you got habitual to it. Same thing. Lighting is a aura component. Today it's free, but tomorrow nobody knows, right? LWC are heavy, aura are heavier components, whereas LWC are lightweight components. LWC are complete free, called DOM and JavaScript framework. This is the technology on which LWC is based. LWC is based on JavaScript and DOM framework, which is an 100% open source. Today also free. After 1,000 years also it will be free because no proprietary on it, right? Hence, LWC is a complete different level of programming. It's a complete different level of programming. Different level of programming, right? Next, okay, Rupam, is it any prerequisite required? Yes. To join this LWC class, you should have completed Lightning. That is the reason the LWC class will be for next, right, 1 month. Otherwise, it would have taken 2 months because you have a Lightning basics. You know Lightning. So we will not go to the Lightning concepts. I will, there are all the concepts of Lightning will be repeating here, but we will be doing the programming in a different way. Here also there's a card. Here also there's a Lightning event, but differently. We don't create Aura event. Here it's a complete different type of event, DOM events. So concept is same, but whole here also we create Lightning card, but in a different way. Output will be same, right? Output would be same. Then Rupam, why I'm learning two things? The reason I told you is that Lightning is an aura based, which could be there for next 2 or couple of years, right? Whereas LWC is forever. Hence, every company, whoever is deploying Lightning, 100% they will ask you LWC because whichever components, whichever features we can create on LWC, we create on LWC. Whichever feature we cannot create on LWC, then only we choose Lightning. In real time, the priority is LWC first, Lightning second. That means your development will start with LWC, not with Lightning. Whichever feature we cannot develop using LWC, Lightning Web Component, using Aura, using DOM and HTML, DOM and JavaScript framework, then only we will use Aura framework. Our second priority is Lightning. First priority in the real time is LWC, Lightning Web Component. That's our second priority, Lightning Web Component. Clear? So it is in demand. As I told you, any development of Lightning starts with LWC. Only when you cannot achieve your goal or a story or a requirement cannot be achieved with LWC, then we try to create mixed 80% LWC, 20% Aura. We try to avoid use Aura in the real time. We try our level best to avoid using Aura framework in real time. All LWC framework. LWC framework. right? We use complete LWC framework, right? That is the whole, right, requirement. Next, will I get the job? Definitely. Focus on Lightning and LWC as a major project in your resume or CV, right? Rather than Salesforce development, that could be your second project. First project should be your primary project should be your Lightning and LWC for 1.5 year or 1 year. Development, another 1.5 year, total 3.5 years experience. If you have a gap, right? If you put LWC, right? First thing is that you would be looked at a high skill set value oriented resource which has high skill set. These are high skill set classification of a resource in Salesforce. People who know LWC are highly skilled. It's not about always the experience, it is about the knowledge also. So, in other words, LWC brings you to a premium category resource in the real time. Whether you say 3 years, whether you say 4 years, you will see that people who are 7 years compared to them, you would be given a preference in real time if you know LW, right? LWC, right? You will be given preference compared to other people. Now, you might be thinking, oh God, 7 years versus 3 years. The person who are working for 7 years and I'm only 3 years on, and that I'm a fake experience holder. Will I able to survive? Yes. Whether it's a 7 years, whether it's a 10 years, whether it's a 15 years experience guy, the technology is new. It's not that this technology exists from last 5 years. No, it is just a year and a half old technology. 2019 LWC came. 2019 LWC came. You cannot put more than 1 year experience in LWC. You cannot put more than 1 year experience in LWC because LWC was not even there before. It is just that 2019 LWC came. It's 8-month old technology. Exact age of LWC is 8 months. You can put in your project that been working for the last 6 months in LWC. Or those who are freshers, they can put that I have knowledge of LWC. I know whole LWC technology because 6 months old technology, 6 to 8 months old technology. It's a new one, right? And it is the current trend and demand in the Salesforce market. Lightning Web Component, right? It's just an last year it launched. This is still in an improvement program. There's a lot of things still coming up. This technology is not fully developed, right? This technology in every Salesforce release, this technology is getting improved better, and better. New LWC components are getting added to this, right? You would be learning the latest LWC technology, latest, right? As of today, whatever LWC is offering, I'll be teaching you everything on that, including DOM events, including push pull, right? Those who don't know, fine, no issues. I mean, what is a DOM event? What is a push pull event? So we will be covering everything. What is the duration of the course? 1 month, Monday to Friday, right? Same time every day. It will take 25 to 30 days to complete this course. We will completing in next 25 to 30 days this course, roughly approximately 1 month. What will I be covering, right? Please refer to the syllabus sheet. You will be covering every element of LWC. Even if you don't refer to the syllabus sheet, no issues. You'll be covering each and every element of LWC will be covered here. Lightning Web Component. Complete, right? Will I get a course material? Yes. End of the course or mid of the course, you will get a course material. Will I get interview questions? Yes. You will be receiving interview questions. Will I be getting a project? No. Then how? I'll be giving you real-time scenarios, not end-to-end project, real-time scenarios. Because no project can be done end-to-end with LWC. It has to be done with Lightning. It has to be done with LWC and Lightning coexist in a single environment. Because I told you, first preference is LWC. If you are not able to do, then we do Lightning. Then we complete, or 80% LWC, 20% Lightning. 90% LWC, 10% Lightning. So there is nothing called 100%. There are few cases 100%. But wherever things are not possible, we go by Aura. Currently, right, LWC is trading the market, right? All whatever the development you have did in Lightning, the same thing we can develop with LWC, right? Wherever we cannot develop, there only I'm talking about mixed coexistence, right? Wherever its requirement is not possible, the requirement is not possible, there only I'm talking about mixed 80-20. Otherwise, everything is in the LWC, right? So I'll give you the real-time scenarios, interview questions, course material, as well as the classroom recording. Plus, whatever the project that I'll be creating during the program, that project I'll share with you, including the project file, programs, everything. All the program project file will be shared with you so that you can directly import the project and it will be available in your screen directly. Can I see the code? Yes. Can I modify the code? Yes. Complete end-to-end rights you'll have on those projects, right? Now I'll pause for here. If anybody has any questions, can please raise any questions before we start the class. Today is the basic session. So anybody has any questions, can please raise. Any questions? Feel free. Don't worry about it. Anybody has any questions? What happened? Everyone is silent? No questions?
Yeah, do you have any course curriculum? What topics would we
Yeah,
cover?
yeah, definitely. You need to get in touch with my admin. Anything about the fee, the course curriculum, please contact my admin. Okay, she will share the course curriculum. We do have it.
Okay, how long the
Any,
class will be every day?
it'll be for 1 to 1.5 hours every day, 8:30 to
Between
10.
8:30 to 10 o'clock, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Any other questions anybody has?
You cover those Salesforce SFDX commands to deploy the code
Yes,
from the scratch charts.
definitely yes.
Oh, that's great.
We
So,
will
do
cover.
you give some insights about SFDX commands and all, or you cover only as a part of deploying the Lightning Web Component in
No,
our?
I will cover even SFDX also. The inside of
Okay, first you cover
SFDX.
SFDX commands, and we start
Yep,
with web components.
correct. We will start with basic first, right? Once you get adjusted with the LWC, then I will talk about SFDX command. And single word, whether it's the first or last, I will cover your SFDX command insight complete.
Oh, that's great. Okay,
Anything else? Any other
thank you.
questions? Few of you are thinking, first of all, we don't know what is this. What question I will ask? Yes, we don't know, sir, anything about it. So what question do you expect us to ask? Anything about your career, about this will get a job or not? Anything. If you feel something is then you know you need to ask, then please go ahead. Have a free mind before you start joining this course or the class. Those who have already, took as a package, for them it's okay. But those who wants to join now are thinking, well, shall I or shall I not? If you have any questions which you feel that I need to answer, then let me know. Tell me.
So is that it is based on JavaScript, so do we
Yes,
have to know it, or it is okay like what we covered in Lightning where we
it's
used
okay. You don't worry about it. You don't need to know any JavaScripts. Even if you don't know, I'm there. I'll make sure that I teach you in that way, right from the scratch, that you will understand. However, if you have a knowledge, then it's always better. But if you don't have, you need not to worry about it. Complete DOM, HTML, as well as Java. Whatever is required, I'll start teaching you.
All right, thank you.
Sir, in real time, we need not to write on any another languages, right? Program only on Java and HTML, right?
That's correct. Here, only open source framework you have to write, nothing else. Any other
Sorry to
questions?
interrupt, is that Java or JavaScript?
JavaScript. Any other questions?
Yeah, so in Aura framework, yeah, it's also an open source framework, and I can see most of the JavaScript functionalities are working in Aura. So what exactly it is different from Aura framework?
Functionality wise, no difference. On the output wise, no difference. Right? I will get the same card, the same calculations, input, lightning input. I'll have 8, 2. I'll click on submit button. 8 plus 2, 10. I'll get the 10 as a result. No difference on either calling, either on the output part or on the right concept part. The only difference is that the programming. Complete programming will change. Here, we will not use any proprietary based program called Aura. Aura is a proprietary based program. We will not, even though it's free today. We'll be using a complete JavaScript, and we'll be using DOM framework, open source framework, HTML based framework, right? Writing a server-side controller is completely different. We will use a wire technology, which is, this is the first time you're hearing this word called wire. So it's the output is same. Finally, when you click the button, you will see that the structure, the look and feel will change. Will be same. Sorry, only the backend programming will change completely. Advantage, after 100 years also, right? This would be a standard. Whereas if you do it in the Aura, after 100 years, nobody knows whether it'll be paid, or you need to start paying for using Aura. You need to start paying a license. Plus, as I told you, as I go ahead with the advantage, why Aura, why LWC, why not Aura? We will have it completely details. What is the advantage of LWC over Aura? That's what we will discuss tomorrow's class introduction. Right? Output wise, no change. It's the same thing.
Okay.
Anything else? Any other questions, guys? Anybody? Any other questions? All clear? Or if you have something to ask,
Sir,
just tell
can
me.
you repeat once again daily timing?
Can I once again repeat
Can
what?
you repeat once again daily timings?
Oh, it'll be from 8:30 a.m. Indian Standard Time to 10 a.m.
Okay,
8:30 to 10.
okay. And also,
And
how much fee for this course? Can
1 month. 1 month.
okay.
And it is Monday to Friday, right? Not on
Monday to
weekends.
Friday. No, not on weekends. Monday to Friday. 5 days a week, right? Every day 1.5 hours. So you can see that we will come to almost 30 days. If I 5 days a week, 5 fours are 20, 20 half is 10. So total 30 classes, roughly 30 hours, 1 month. Any other questions? Right? Complete different. Whatever you have learned on Lightning, that the concept will same, but the remaining programming, your server-side controllers, here we will not use enqueue. Enqueue action, there what, declare a method, call the method, right? Invoke the method, set params, then call back. Inside that, check status, then take the result out, and finally enqueue. There is no such stories here. It's completely different. It's a new thing that you'll be learning, and that is the reason that it is, because it's a separate technology, a separate programming, completely different new programming to learn. It's a separate course, right? It is not a part of your Lightning, because there it's a different technology, different framework. Here it's completely different programming, different framework, right? Okay, right. Any other questions before we proceed? Okay, let's go ahead and start today the introduction round. Right, now let's talk about what is LWC, Lightning Web Component. Write down, Lightning Web Component are custom HTML element. Lightning Web Components are custom HTML elements built using HTML and modern JavaScript. Somebody asks you, what is an LWC? Then you have to immediately answer, LWC or Lightning Web Component are custom HTML elements built using HTML and modern JavaScript. Right? Lightning Web Component are custom HTML elements built using HTML and modern JavaScript. Right? So it is an HTML, DOM based HTML. I'll be using DOM. What is that? I'll explain it. I'll go towards. So LWC is what? It's a custom HTML element, right? It's an HTML element, not a Salesforce element. It's HTML element. HTML basics. Everywhere you go, any website you open, it will be on HTML. Inside the HTML, they use PHP programming, JavaScript programming, Ruby on Rails, Python programming, right? They use ASP.NET programming, right? It's a plain HTML element. LWC is an HTML element built using HTML and modern JavaScript. With the latest JavaScript, modern JavaScript, not the olden part of JavaScript they're used, right? So basically, whenever you talk about Lightning, Lightning has two, Lightning Web Component and the original model. Original model is Aura. Originally, it is Aura model. Based on Aura model only, LWC came. Original model is called Aura model. So Lightning has two programming. LWC, what you're learning. I told you, first preference in your real time is LWC. See, even though you learned Aura, now I'm taking Aura as a second, right? So Lightning component, there are two programming models. First programming model is called LWC programming model, and second programming model is called original programming model, which is Aura programming model. Two programming model. Both Lightning Web Component and Aura can coexist in a single environment, right? Same. Whether you create a component using an Aura, whether you create a component using LWC, they will appear as a Lightning component. They will look like a Lightning component, right? They will look like as if you created using an Aura, but no, they are LWC. Lightning component has two, LWC and Aura. LWC, Aura. We have seen how to create a lightning component using Aura. Now, this is the class where you will be seeing how to create a lightning component using LWC. Both appearance will be same. Creating a component with Aura, creating a component with LWC, the both output are same. It appears to be same. To the admins, to the end users, nobody by looking at the component would be able to differentiate that this is created in Lightning and this is created in LWC. Nobody. This is created in original Lightning, that is Aura, and this is created in LWC. By looking at the component, you cannot say, right, what is the programming behind it, because they appear same card. It will load on the screen. You might be thinking, I know this is Lightning card. That is, you created using Aura modeling, but we will be using, right, LWC modeling, or right. So appearance part, both are same. What is LWC? Lightning Web Components are custom HTML elements built using HTML and modern JavaScript. That's your definition. So LWC are custom HTML element, whereas Lightning, right, Lightning component or Aura are not custom HTML element. They are custom Aura elements. They are Aura element. LWC is a HTML element. That is an Aura element with modern JavaScript. Aura element with modern JavaScript is Lightning, right? HTML element with modern JavaScript is LWC. That's what is Lightning and Lightning Web Component, right? So Lightning component has two programming, right? LWC programming and the original programming model called Aura, which you have already learned. Clear? Right? Next, what is this Lightning component or LWC consist of? LWC consist of. What is this LWC consist of? I was talking about something called as ECMA, European Computer Manufacturers Association. ECMA. ECMA is a standard company. For example, in India, ISI. Whenever you buy an electrical product, you always look for ISI mark, a logo called ISI. Whenever you're buying any food, you have to look for FASSI, this FASSI logo. Every product will have an FASSI logo. Food Safety and Standard Authority of India. Right? Every product, you take a biscuit packet, you'll have an FSSI logo. Right? FSSAI logo. Right? Every product will have it. Whenever you open any product, you will have ISI logo, ISI mark. Right? The symbol. Standard electrical product. That means there are some organization which is giving you the standards. Whenever you create an electrical equipment, it has to follow some standard guidelines. It has to be, right, tested as per the ISI standard marks. That means all the customer safety, electrical safety, the working of the equipment has to follow these standards. Then only ISI will give a standard saying that yes, it's safe and secure to use. You just cannot make any electrical product and roll it out in the market. You cannot do that. You have to apply for a standardization company. ISI will test your product, and then similarly, you just can't create any component just like that. There is ECMA. ECMA, right? They are the people who are web standard. ECMA is a standard organization of information and communication, right? Any type of web languages, any type of web standard is been proposed by ECMA. ECMA is the final authority to test any web standard. Web standard. Anything that happens in the web page. What is the standard benchmark? What is the quality? When I say quality, I will say my quality is good. You cannot say no, your quality is not good, mine is good. How? Right? So you need to have a comparison. You need to have a standards. All these standards are controlled by whom? ECMA. ECMA is a right. It's an international standardized programming language, standardized by. That means every web programming should have certain features. What are those features? Those features are here. ECMA talks about whenever you have right whenever you are using any type of web programming language, let it be Aura, let it be Python, anything, Ruby on Rails, let it be PHP, you need to have some standards. Now these are the standards. The latest standard is ECMA 7. ECMA 7 is the latest standard. LWC follows ECMA 7. The way when you buy a car or a bike, you have BS6 engine now. Bharat Euro 6 engine, BS6 engine. Earlier it was BS4. Emission standards. Emission standards. Whenever the engine runs, the carbon comes out of the engine, pollution, right? Government has declared that your engine should be BS6 compliant. That means you just cannot burn a petrol and release all the gas in the atmosphere. You cannot do that. Sorry. It is polluting the atmosphere, environment. You have to make sure that only this much amount of carbon should come out from your engine. Standard BS6 engine. Right? What is the difference between BS4 and BS6? Same Activa scooter. Right? Same Hero Honda Splendor or Honda motorbike. But the engine, the way it's working, the way it's releasing the gas, right? Non-polluting vehicles, absolutely zero pollution, maximum power utilization. All these are standards, BS6 standards. Same thing here. As the latest is BS6 in web technology, the latest technology is ECMA 7. ECMA 7 is the latest standard of web programming. LWC is ECA 7 compliant. What is an ECMA? It is a standard organization which decide the standards, which decide the guidelines and standards of web programming. So whatever the programming you'll be doing is at par with the industry standard. Whereas Aura is ECMA 5. Aura is ECMA 5 standard. LWC is ECMA 7 standard. In ECMA 5, what do we have? We have custom component model. But whereas in ECMA 7, we have a web component model. Right? We'll talk about it. What is a web component? There you have a custom template. You have open template. There you have custom component. Here you have open element. We don't say components, we say elements. You have open elements. There, right? Re-rendering optimization, refreshing. Here using Shadow DOM. Custom module. Here open module. There custom events. There are only two events, application event, right? And component event. Here application event, component event, button event, text event, field event, right? Style event. In the style also I can write event. Everywhere event. Open event. There is no dependency that it has to be a component event, it has to be an application event. It's an open source event. Event can be written anywhere. I can write the event anywhere. I can write the event anywhere. Standard events. There's a new standard of events has been introduced. Orange is the latest. Orange is the latest. Blue is the old. Blue is the old. There we are using LDS, Lightning Data Service. Lightning Data Service. Right. Here, right, wire directly. You don't need LDS. On the LDS, we have a built service called as wire. We'll talk about it. What is a wire? Right. So Aura programming model, you can see that. ECMA 5, all custom, custom, custom. All custom, custom, custom. But whereas LWC, ECMA 7, all open, open, open. Custom component model, web component model. Custom template, open template. Custom component, open or custom elements. Right? DOM, here they are re-rendering. Custom module, here open module. Custom event, standard or open events. These are the differences between Aura programming model. It's ECMA 5 standard, whereas LWC is ECMA 7 standard. Latest standard. Latest technology. Everybody follow ECMA. All the world company follows ECMA. If you develop a web page in ASP.NET or in Python or in PHP or in JavaScript, you have to follow ECMA standard. Every development company, technology that comes in has to follow ECMA standard. LWC follows ECMS 7 standard. Right? Guys, able to understand everyone, whatever I'm speaking here? Yes. What is a lightning web component? Right? It is a custom HTML element. Be clear on the word. LWC, Lightning Web Component, is a custom HTML element built on HTML DOM and modern JavaScript. That's your definition. It is ECMS 7 standard. It is, right, web component based, open or standard event based, open module based, open element based, open template based. Everything is open, open, open. Right? Next, we'll talk about it as we go inside. We will see what is the shadow DOM and everything. Next, what is the history? When did the LWC started? When did the LWC started? 2007, it was called S controls. There was no Visual Force framework. 2010 onwards, we got Visual Force. Visual Force. Right? Whatever you're learning in your development class, Visual Force. Next, we got Lightning. 2015. Aura. 2015. It was very tough to use in 2015. 2017 ending onwards or mid of 2017, Aura was easy to use. Earlier, the way I showed you the Lightning classes was not that simple. It was quite completely different programming in Aura. Right? 2017, when I was teaching Lightning classes, it was 3 months Lightning class. 3 months. Lightning course was 3 months. Because completely different types of programming. Very tedious, very tough. But now it's simple Aura, very simple Aura, 1 month. So Lightning Aura framework came in the year of 2015. By looking at it, difficulties, toughness, by looking at its changing, Aura is changing, right? Change, it's not stable, instability of Aura. They came up, now Aura is stable, but earlier in 2015 and 16, Aura was not stable. It was an unstable component. Output is to come, output never is to come. You write the program correct, suddenly output used to come, sometime output doesn't used to come. Because you need to install Aura framework in your laptop, otherwise it never used to work. Browsers were not supporting Aura. Now the browser support, all the web browsers are supporting Aura. By looking at it, Salesforce came up. Why are we so much browser dependent? Right? Tomorrow, if the Aura technology is not there in the browser, right, my component will not be displayed on the page. Finally, all these are through web browser only, right? Like a Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer. If Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer is not supporting Aura, then what will happen? Nothing will come on the screen, right? 2015, 16, we had this problem, right? We had this problem. Aura came up with a component. When we use the component in the web browser, output is not seen. When we contacted Aura, Aura says, right, this is yet to be embedded. In the next release of the browser, it will work. Then all your browser companies like Firefox, Mozilla, right, they implemented the framework. Still, it was not working. We have installed a software. That means completely browser dependent. Browser, new technology come, browser has to implement that. For example, Flash. Earlier, browser is to ask install Flash. Now it is within there in the browser itself. You don't need to install anything. Whenever you install Mozilla Firefox or a Chrome, it comes along with it, right? So then, like Salesforce thought, why are we dependent on the browser? Why can't we create a component which we did not to depend on Mozilla company, Google Chrome, Internet company? After I create a technology, I have to go back to each and every company. I have to say, guys, please, in your next release, take this framework, so that if anybody is making any page with this framework, right, it has to be displayed. If that framework is not there in that browser, right, if the technology is not supported by the browser, the output will not be there. So they came up with a new neutral technology called as LWC. Now every browser supports JavaScript and HTML, whether it supports PHP or not, whether it supports Ruby on Rails or not, whether it supports, right, ASP.NET or not, .NET framework. I don't care. I don't care about any framework. Every browser in this earth, whether it's a Firefox, whether it's an Opera, whether it's a Netscape Navigator, whether it's an Internet Explorer, every browser basic will support what? HTML and JavaScript. Then why should I depend on Aura? Why can't I create my output based on HTML and Java? That is the revolution that started. Can I create a beautiful sophisticated components? Answer is yes. How can I do that? Is what you'll be learning with me for the next 1 month. LWC came up in the year of 2018, but full LWC, full release, that was a trial release to check whether LWC can be, it's a prototype release. It's a, what do you call it? It's a prototype release. It was a test whether it works or not. Full release, summer 19 was pre-release, spring 19 last year. We are in 20 now, Salesforce. Last year, spring, somewhere in October, last October, we got complete LWC. It is a 8 months old technology. As I told you, LWC is a 8-month old technology. It's not even a 1 year, because it was released in the spring 19 version, 45th version of Salesforce programming. Full release happened. So LWC was full-fledged available from last 8 months. So you can put a 6 months in your resume. LWC, right? This is not fully on browser dependent, right? Because it's using the basic browser technology called HTML and JavaScript. Guys, able to understand, right? Yes or no? Everyone, right? I'm focusing on, right? Right. I'm trying to give you the differentiation between a Aura. Aura is a proprietary Aura. If any new thing comes in Aura, that has to be implemented by the browser. If a browser doesn't implement that, and if you're using that component in your development, then the output will not be there, because finally the output is shown on the web browser in a Chrome or a Firefox or in Internet Explorer. If those browser doesn't support Aura, for example, now you open Opera, right? Why should I use Chrome? There is any compulsory rule that you have to use Chrome? Any web company, does it tells you that you have to use only Chrome or Firefox? It says recommended. we recommend you this page is better viewed in Internet Explorer 7. Have you seen this type of line? This page can be better viewed in Chrome, recommended Chrome, but nobody can force you. I want to use Gmail. Why should I use Chrome? Why should I use Firefox? Can't I use Opera? Opera, there's one more browser is called Opera. So many browsers are there. So many browsers are there. Web browsers. Web browsers. See that? Safari, Flock, SeaMonkey, Kmelon. Have you even, right? These many web browsers are there, right? Half of them you'll never even heard the web browsers. Chrome is a popular, Firefox is a popular, Internet Explorer is popular, Safari, some people use it. Opera, I will use Opera. If I open my Salesforce in Opera, right, will it work? God knows. Nobody has tested it. Salesforce says that it's better viewed, but Salesforce never says it is better viewed in Opera. It is better viewed in Chrome. It is better viewed in Firefox. No, you'll never see. With LWC, it will work in all these browsers. LWC will work on all these, whatever the list you are able to see. See, so many lists are there. I am using Galleon. What is that Galleon? It's a web browser. I am using, right, Cello, sorry, CLLO. See, so many web browsers are there. Nobody even heard about called iCab. I am using Amaya. I open Amaya, I say www.gmail.com. Right? Lightning Web Component will work in all these browsers, but not Aura. Aura will not work on all these browsers. Aura will not work on all these browsers. If the browser company, whichever company has developed the Safari, if they have not implemented Aura framework in their browser, then whatever the Lightning component that you have created using Aura will not work in Safari. Then you have to tell your end user, where don't use Safari, use Chrome. He will say, why? I don't trust Chrome. I trust only Safari. You have to force the user now to go ahead and use Chrome. Then you say, okay, if you use Safari, sorry, you cannot browse this application. To browse our application, you have to use only Chrome. You're forcing someone to use some web browsers which are not. You should be neutral. Whichever web browser you use, your application should be open. That's called cloud. And that is the reason why we are now going towards what? LWC. Right? Whichever web browser we use, right? The small web browsers have filed a case saying that all the big software companies are only promoting what? Chrome, Firefox, which is against, right, competition law. Competition law says that the marketing competition law, everybody should be open to competition. But how can we compete? How can a Safari can compete with Firefox when Salesforce says that use Chrome? Competition is not fair. It is an unfair competition. Right? Big companies are supporting, backing up these browsers, whereas we small browsers, no company is backing up. Right? Companies are not recommending. So hence, right, Netscape Navigator filed a case and they won the case. Yes. So that's where the open source framework, let the user decide which browser he want to choose. Let the user decide whether he want to use Opera or he want to use Safari, whether he want to use Firefox, right? My component should work in every platform, and hence LWC came into picture. Your Lightning component might not work, but LWC component will work because it is not using any, right, third-party technology. It's using a plain technology called as HTML, which every browser supports, JavaScript, which every browser support. On that you put Flash, some of the website might not support because Flash is from Adobe Flash. It's not a web browser technology. That means Adobe has to share the code and everything with this web browser. They are sharing only with big companies, Chrome. They are not sharing with small companies, which is unfair practice in the market, right? There's a lot of politics in the web also, which you don't know, but that was the reason that why today we have LWC component. Salesforce wants to be fair, right? We are not supporting Aura technology, right? We didn't had an option in the past, so we are with the Aura. But now we are building an open source technology called as Lightning Web Component, which is as per the ECMS 7 standard. ECMS 7 standard says every web browser should be able to display the application. And hence to do that, I need to have a platform called DOM and Java, which is open to all web browser. And whatever I create, any type of designs that I do should be visible in all the web browsers. That's what the Lightning Web Component came into picture. Yes, got it, guys? Yes or no? Right? Now, next basic things. For tomorrow's class, right? What are the things I need? Homeworks. Number one, first thing. Number one, prerequisites. Tomorrow's class. What you need, right? First thing, right? First thing is that you have to go ahead and download SFDX-CLI. Type first step today. Go ahead and download SFDX-CLI. SFDX-CLI. Type in Google SFDX-CLI. Go to SFDX-CLI first link, right? Select your operating system, whether you're using Mac, Mac OS, Windows, Windows OS, Ubuntu, Ubuntu OS, you're using Windows. Download Windows 64 or 86, which is 36-bit. Click on this. First step, download this. Click on download, it will start downloading SFDX. See, 28.6 MB it's downloading. 28.6 MB downloaded. Install it. Double click on it, install it. Step 1, download. Go to Google, type Salesforce CLI, single command line interface. Download. What is this? I'll tell you later. Download this. Download CLI. Double click on this setup.exe. Install it. Click next, next, next. Install it. Right? Once the installation is done, click on start. Once the installation is done, click on start. Type CMD. Type CMD. Type SFDX in a small. Type SFDX. SFDX. Press enter. You shouldn't get an error. You shouldn't get an error. You should be able to see system is able to call the library. You can be able to see the version. SFDX CLI 7.61. SFDX 7.61. You should be able to see this type of screen. No error. If you get an error, if you don't see this version, then that means the SFDX was not installed properly. SFDX was not installed properly. Once again, install it. Right? Then type SFDX space update. SFDX space update. Press enter. Type SFDX. That means I'm updating. Right? Even though you have downloaded the latest, sometimes, see, my version is 6.1, 6.33. Frequently update your SFDX. Every 2 weeks, there'll be some updates will be coming. If you remember that in the Lightning class itself, one day I did this. You remember when I was doing, I was creating a component using there also it was not working. Then I came here, I updated the I updated this. See, not even a 2 weeks happened. Last to last week only I did. Now again you see that from 61, 63, that means every 2 versions, 62, 63, 2 versions got released. So download and update. First step, right? Download CLI, install the CLI, update the CLI. Everybody is able to understand, yes or no? I already started your practicals, right? This is what you have to keep it ready. Tomorrow class onwards, we need this. Right? Guys, able to understand, yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Right? Your silence would be treated as yes. If you're not, then please ask, raise your questions. Right? First step, download, go to Google, type SFDX CLI, right? Download the SFDX CLI, install it. Second step, second step, second step. Go to Google, type Microsoft Visual Code. Go to Google, type Microsoft Visual Code. Go to the Microsoft Visual Code website. Download. Click on download for Windows. Download for Windows. Thanks for downloading. Your download will start in a few seconds. If it doesn't, click here on the direct link. See, download started. 54.7 MB. Visual Code. It's downloading now. Here it's downloading. My download is over. Download and install Visual Code. Download and install Visual Code. Microsoft Visual Code 1.46 version. Second step, download, double click, click I accept terms and condition, click next, 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 finish. You will do only after this update is done. After the CLI is installed, after the update is done, you will install Microsoft Visual Code. Step 2. Step 2. Clear everyone? Right? 2 steps you'll be performing. Microsoft Visual Code. Install it. Right? Let it complete now. 28.8 MB. Everybody in their local machine, in your laptop, you need to have a laptop for this. You cannot practice this in your handheld device, right? You need to have a laptop, a Windows device. It doesn't work on Android OS. It doesn't work on Chromebook, right? It requires a Windows, Unix or Linux platform, right?
One thing here, so after we install VS Code or SFDX, do we need to set up a path or class path?
Waste, we will do that. I'll come there. You need not to do
Oh,
that, right? I'm showing you one by one. So you can see that SFDX update is done. That updating CLI done. Now close it. Close it. Click start. Type my VS Visual Code. You'll be able to see in your menu called as Visual Code. Open the Visual Code. Now install the extension. Step 3. Install extension. Step 3. I'm closing everything. Right. File. Close folder. As soon as you open the Visual Code, you'll be able to see this screen. Like this, it'll come. This is the first screen of Visual Code. After you install it, you open the Visual Code. You'll be able to see like this. You'll be able to see like this. Click on extension, this icon. Click on extension, this icon, right? Type Salesforce extension. Oops, sorry. I clicked something else. Wait. There are so many are there. This one I'm talking about. Salesforce extension pack. Close it. Format. Visual Code. I'm opening my Visual Code. Once again. This is how your first look of your Visual Code will look. As soon as you open, you'll be able to see this like this. Click on extension. Type here SALES, sales, FORC, Salesforce. Type Salesforce. Or single word, look for Salesforce extension pack. In this list, there should be Salesforce extension pack. Okay. Look for Salesforce extension pack. Here it is. Click on Salesforce extension pack. Here you'll be able to see install. In my screen, it's showing uninstall because I already installed it. I'm uninstalling it. Now you'll be able to see like this, install. Click on install. It would be installing the pack. Complete. It will be installing what? Okay, something, right? See, it will be installing what? Salesforce CLI, Apex, Visualforce. See, Lightning Web Component. This is what we need. We need this Lightning Web Component. We need this. So install it. Once, if it's not installing, we cannot work. This is must. See, I'm getting a trouble. Right? You have to install it. Once again, let me try. Without that, it will not work. Right? Go to the marketplace and install it. Keep this ready till here tomorrow. For tomorrow's class, we will start working on, we will create a first LWC tomorrow. Right? We'll create a first LWC tomorrow. We will create a first LWC tomorrow. Everybody understood the step, what to be done? Right? Clear now what to be done? Anybody has any questions till here? Do this and keep it ready. That's it for today. Tomorrow onwards, we will start your LWC classes. Today is just, right, the infrastructure class, introduction and infrastructure. What is an LWC? What is the history of LWC? Why we need LWC? What are the basic difference between LWC and Aura? Right? And how to start working with LWC. It's a basic infrastructure we have seen today. Right? This is what we have learned today. Tomorrow, we will continue with the same class, same timing, same link. Right? That's it for today. Let's meet tomorrow. Have a nice and wonderful day, guys. Thank you.